All. Welcome to our July 30th, 2024 Code Enforcement Board hearing. At this time, anyone who wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. You all may be seated. At this time, please silence all of your devices. Board.
Good morning, everyone. Today we have a full house, and this is a volunteer board. To my far left, I have the attorney for the board, Kimberly. Next to her is Olivier. Next to him is Carlos. Then we have Don. Then we have Vice Chair Terry. And then we have Bill, and myself is Chris. Please, the main thing is talk to the gentlemen and ladies that you're being represented for permitting, for issues. That's the big thing. A lot of speaking and conversation between the two. So please begin.
Board, please make sure you're speaking directly into the mic, okay? Thank you. Okay, our first case, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti.
What page?
Page 18 at the bottom. Property address 5321 Northeast 24th Terrace, 502A. Case number BE 2308-0395. Owner, Zachary Sloboda. This case was first heard on 11/28/23 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. The city is requesting to impose fines of $3,100, which continues to accrue. Notice posted at the property on 6/28/24. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24.
The bathrooms, and new flooring, new tankless water heater. When did this start? 23.
Good morning. Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, presenting this case number as read. The case is not comply. I will let the respondent to speak.
Name and are you the property owner?
I'm the property owner, Zachary Sloboda, and I'm the property owner. As I was talking with Jose this morning, so we've had 3 contractors that have supposedly applied for permits. I guess I'm still getting the runaround from everybody, contractor-wise, but Mr. Sparky, the electrician, didn't pay the permit fee. The other one, the HVAC company and the plumbing company also, just completely blew me off and kind of disregarded me, and it's the same entity, I guess. They all work together between Mr. Sparky and Benjamin Franklin, and now they're telling me they can't even handle the plumbing side of it, and then we have a contractor for the structural side, and he submitted a permit, I think July 13th, I think after the last hearing. But there was something, he submitted it for building and safety, and I guess it was requested as a structural. And so he changed it, and they had an issue with the drawing because he didn't know that you guys were approving just kind of a basic drawing, or whoever reviewed it had requested architectural plans, but from our last hearing, that wasn't required. And so now it's been resubmitted and is in review for the structural permit. Mr. Sparky still just needs to pay the $60 permit application. And so I've been on the phone, I guess, with them the past hour, just kind of raising hell.
My question is, other than speaking with him this morning and Mr. Sparky, during the last weeks, months, have you guys communicated?
I've called, but just the time frame, I'm from Colorado, and so getting a hold of each other, because he's only available at 7 in the morning, it's 5 in the morning in Colorado, or when I realize it's 3 o'clock and he's available to talk, it's 5 o'clock here, but 3 o'clock in Colorado. And so I've left messages, and we just haven't had a chance to kind of conversate about what's been going on. But I've been in contact with all 3 contractors, like almost daily, requesting.
Correct, but if you contact with him, then he'll understand what you're going through.
So I think he understands what I'm going through.
Yeah.
So recommendation,
And the city requests support 56-day extension.
okay? Do I have a motion,
I
please?
move for 56-day extension.
Do I have a second? I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, go ahead, you have a question.
Is this a multiple dwelling?
No, it's just a single, it's a one-bedroom condo.
Oh, that,
Oh, yes, it's
Six is a
multifamily.
mistake there.
Yeah, because it says 6.
It's a
I
mistake.
know, it's been a mistake
TP
in the past.
typing.
It's one.
I wish.
I know. You have 56 days. Just keep moving forward and keep talking to him in between the 56 days.
I think we're almost there, and I think we are. It's just-
She's saying talk to him.
Yeah. No, I understand.
We don't know what to do next time.
Yeah.
This is about getting a permit. That's what, everything here is about that.
No, I understand, and I appreciate it.
I'm glad you came to visit us, but I'm sorry.
Thank you. I just landed an hour and a half ago. My kids are still sleeping in the car right now. At least they're not here crying like last time.
That's right. That's right.
There's some good breakfast places around.
Okay, so you've been blessed 56 more days.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Who seconded that motion? Bill. Our next case is on page 13. Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, property address 1350 Southwest 32nd Ave, case number CE 23010124. Owner Maria Agaton, William Garay. Notice posted at the property on 6/26/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 10/24/23 to comply by 1/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There are 3 extensions noted.
Good morning, Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, updating case as read. The permit is already approved, is waiting for pickup. I'm gonna let the respondent speak.
Yeah, my name is William Garay. I'm the homeowner of
Attorney Mike.
1350 Southwest.
It's on.
It's on. Of 1350 Southwest 32nd Avenue. Basically, pretty much, I spoke to Alejandro today, and basically everything is being approved right now. The only thing that I need to do is do the permit payment, which pretty much right now I'm actually broke until I get some money, and then after that I can actually make those payments. And if I can actually get an extension, then I would like, we'll make those payments
When do you think you'll have the money?
next week. So next week.
How much time does he have to make the payment for a permit? Varies.
60 days from the moment it was approved.
When was it approved?
Yeah.
When was it approved?
Not sure. Anyway, city will support 56 days.
Make a motion for 56-day extension?
All approve, say aye. Aye. Anybody say no? You got 56 days, and we don't want to see you.
No. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Our next case is on page 4, the new business case. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 3106 Southwest 14th Street. Case number BE 231-00123. Owner, Javier Villan. Notice posted at the property on 7/17/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24. Oh, that's it.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: opening of the slab, plumbing work, new electrical water heater connection. I reviewed the case on 7/25/2024, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 56 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Good morning. It all happens with.
Name and
Oh, my name is Juliver Villan.
are you the property owner?
I am the owner of the property.
Okay.
So I was I hired a contractor to do the project, and then apparently I was told like they get full permits and everything, and then I did not know that they ripped the whole project without getting the permits, and then until I got the notice of stop working, which we stopped right away, and I told them you don't proceed until you get the permits that we did. Until now, there were nowhere to find. They apply the permit, but just leave it there, and then no projects, no works at all until this time. So 2 weeks ago, I already hired a new contractor to get the works done as soon as possible, if I can. And then we're interviewing. We're getting that things done already, and as with Jorge, I got the permits, and we'll go from there.
So the new contractor knows about who he needs to speak to.
Yes, I told him about that. It was cited before to stop working. This time I really searched a lot to get more credible and that will follow the whole process for projects.
Make the suggestion that you follow up and make sure that he's talking to them.
Yes, will do.
Oh, huge.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by September 24th, 2024, and a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
I'll second that.
Anybody opposed? I'll agree.
Aye.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 6, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1620 Northeast 20th Ave, owner 1620 Northeast 20th Ave LLC, case number BE 2308-0399. Notice posted at the property on 6/28/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Good morning, Board. Alexander Arbores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address is read. The property was cited for violation of FPC 105.1, work without permits, including but not limited to electrical panel relocation in one unit, asphalt driveway extended.
Wait a second. Shh.
Hey, guys.
Hey, excuse me, take it outside. It's getting loud. Go ahead.
Okay. Property was cited for violation of FPC Section 105.1, work without permits, including but not limited to electrical panel relocation in one unit, asphalt driveway extended to the south side, new electrical water heater, new fence at west side of the property. The owner has been communicating and cooperating at this time. Most of the violation has been addressed. The only item remaining is the tankless water heater. The permit has been applied for. It's not yet been issued. Property is not in compliance, and the owner's representative is here to speak as well.
Hi, I'm John DeFelice. I'm representing the owner.
Do we have the right paperwork for that?
Yeah,
Okay,
I brought it in. They checked
perfect.
it in.
Thank you.
Our initial application was submitted for the hot water heater was submitted as electrical, and it turns out it needed to be plumbing, so it was rejected for that. And then we submitted as an owner builder's permit, and the property is held in an LLC, so it was rejected again. It took us a little bit of time to find a plumber for an after-the-fact job, and then we submitted permits. We actually submitted permits on the day of the national computer outage, and then we found out a week later that it didn't go through, and then so we are moving forward. We do have someone to do the work. The permit was submitted. We're awaiting review.
I'll
You
move
guys
for
communicating? Are you two?
Yes, and the city supports one final extension, 56 day, to allow them time to complete the review process.
Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I'll move for a 56-day extension.
Second.
All agree, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? No. You have 56 days.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our next case is on page 9, Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, property address 3000 East Sunrise Boulevard, Owner, Carlton Tower Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 2308-0095. Notice posted at the property on 6/28/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. City request to amend the 7/23/24 comply by date from 7/23/24 to 7/30/24. There is one extension noted.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. There is a building permit already in process. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning. My name's Robert Dean. I'm the president of the Carlton Condominium. I don't know, do you want to hear the whole backstory, or do you want to hear that we've got a permit in process and we paid our fees? We started this process, or actually this problem, June of last year. We've gone through 3 contracts. We're on our 3rd contractor now that is pushing through with the permits. We've had, at the recommendation of Mr. Del Rio, we were told that we needed an after-the-fact permit, and we should also get, to finish the job, another permit, but that's been rejected twice now because we have one permit already in place that is similar to it. Other than that, we're hoping that we could at least get the permit within the next couple of months, and at that point be able to get what's been done inspected and get that cleared off the deck.
Did you ever figure out which doors?
Yes, we finally figured out, well, it was a bit of a, the way we determined which doors is we went back and looked at where we could see baseboards that had been altered. So that gave us a clue as to how many doors had been done. The problem with the whole situation is that the building's 55 years old, and there's a lot of doors that have been closed up under previous permits or without permits. We have no way of knowing. So we've identified 35 doors that actually were modified or changed or closed up, and we still have about 45 to go. And we would like to try and get that done before we have to pull sprinkler permits before the end of the year, which is another horror story.
Yeah.
So that's, and sometimes volunteering isn't a good idea.
You can always come here. It's okay.
Aren't you glad you became president?
I'm sorry?
Aren't you glad you,
No, well, I was on the Marine Advisory Board for 7 years, so I know what volunteering's all about. Unfortunately, this was a bigger hole to climb into.
How much time do you need? How much time do you need? January.
Honestly, I don't, Mr. Del Rio, you tell me from the standpoint, I mean, my experience so far is every permit that we've, for little things, takes about 7 months to get. And we're in that review stage now.
City will support 56-day extension.
Can we give him longer? I mean, he's making progress, and I don't want to drag him here for nothing.
We don't know when the next meeting is, we only.
Yeah, we do.
January, I'd give him till January.
Yeah, I'll move for a 182-day extension.
Okay, so just a quick question. So he said he has a permit, but then they submitted for another permit. How many permits does he have open?
They have doors that were already done. That would be an after-the-fact permit. They have other doors that they are going to do in the future. That I recommended to do it in a separate permit. Otherwise, the whole thing is going to be double fee. In regards to the city rejecting that, you have to be clear on the scope of work that identify the doors and say that these are not being done. These we are going to be done.
We did that twice.
Okay.
And twice they voided the permit, and that's how we found out.
Yeah, you need to talk to a manager or somebody that can help you, because whoever is helping you is not getting it.
Right, how to write to make sure that the past doors and the present doors, okay. Okay,
It's
the
a horror
motion on table is what?
182 days.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody disagree? It passes.
Thank you all. You have a good day. Take care.
Take her easy, man.
Our next case is on page 16. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 729 Southwest 14th Terrace, case number CE 2208-0063. Owner, Ion Levu Codreo. Notice posted at the property on 6/26/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 3/26/24 to comply by 7/23/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. City is requesting to amend the 7/23/24 comply by date from 7/23/24 to 7/30/24.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address is read. Case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
So,
Name in relation to the property, please.
my name is Ayon Codrea. I'm the property owner.
Thank you.
I met with Mr. Martinez. I showed that the back of the property has been complied. Everything has been demolished all the way. However, I'm on a process demolishing the whole property and putting a new one. But my engineer, Paul Piana, who's the engineer who's doing all that, the structural work, whatever, he's 70-some-year-old. I paid him $4,500 upfront to do all that work. The city don't allow me to touch the roof part because if I demolish the roof, it will be open until I have approved plans. So I'm between the engineering giving me the drawings so I can submit for the complete demolished and hauled away. But as of right now, I showed Mr. Martinez that there is no access to the second floor. Everything is gutted out. It's basically just the roof. I have pictures if you would like to see it. So this is where I'm at.
So are you giving him advice or direction or how to not open up the second floor roof so that the whole structure gets rained on?
Okay, no, they are going to remove everything.
Right, they want to in the future, yes.
This is about permits.
Yeah.
Where are you pulling the permits?
No, they already have a demo permit,
Oh, you didn't say that, okay.
and it's issued, but only for one part of the property. Now, they don't want him to demolish yet
Right.
until he gets the new plans for the new construction.
So you're just holding the demo permit in hand?
Well, I
until-
partially complied. I know it's a section of the roof which should be completely gone, but the city said don't touch that until the plans are approved.
Okay.
So I'm waiting on the engineer to finish with the plans.
Oh, okay.
So I can move ahead and
So when
get
you
it
think you're-
completely
And when
gone.
did your engineer say he's going to be done with the plans?
He's 72-year-old, ready for retirement, and he's kind of slow, to say the least. So he's saying, I'm working on it, he's promising me. I did have a project, I built my house with him. He was good, but now it's a little slow.
76 years old.
And I already paid the guy up front, so
Wait a second,
that's where
what
I'm
do you
at.
recommend?
56 days.
Make a motion for 56-day extension.
Do I have a- And I have a second, all agree, say aye.
Aye.
You had another 50 days. Keep going, just keep going.
Our next case is on page 14. Inspector Jorge Martinez.
15?
Property address 1737 Northeast First Street. Case number BE 2308-0288. Owner, Jeremy and Janan Webby, Edward P. and Kimberly R. Jackson. Notice posted at the property on 7/2/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There are two extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning, Andrew Shine, representing the property owner. We did submit a permit. This is it was a pool house that was dilapidated, and this is the replacement of the pool house. We submitted permits to replace it. We were stopped by zoning and said that we had to get a variance for it. I met with the zoning chief 3 weeks ago, found a way to do it without a variance, so now we're just amending the permit plans to not require a variance. We'd ask for an extension. I guess 56 days is the soonest
You've been in
one.
communication?
Yeah,
Yes.
I spoke to him earlier,
Yes.
yes.
Make a motion for a 56-day extension. Second.
I have a second, all agree, say aye.
Aye.
It passes.
Thank you.
Our next case. Who seconded that, please? Oh, okay. Tied up, okay. Our next case is also, no. Yes, also on page 13, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1116 West Broward Boulevard, owner 1116 Broward Boulevard, BC LLC, case number BE 2306-0147. Notice posted at the property on 7/3/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning, the board. This is Sophie Diarma speaking on behalf of Abrams Law Firm. The permit has been issued and approved. However, there are pending plans with revisions to add windows and doors, which remains with the city. The last submission was on July 26th, so we are asking for a 60-day extension.
Are you in communication with?
Yes, the attorney is.
Yes, they are.
Okay, and your recommendation?
56 days.
Make a motion for a 56-day extension.
Do I have a second? Second. All agree, say aye. Aye. It passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio on page 11, property address 403, Southwest 17th Street, case number BE 2308-0336, owner Trista Boyenga. Notice posted at the property on 6/27/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 3/26/24 to comply by 5/28/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There is one extension noted.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, updating case as read. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Name's Robert Codney, contractor. I'm here representing Trista Bayoga. We're in the process of pulling the permits. All we're waiting is for the notary. She's getting notarized everything, and that's it. I need an extension for about 30 days if possible.
So have you been talking with Inspector?
Yes, I just talked to him this morning,
And just this morning doesn't.
and I've made phone calls.
Okay. So communication before this morning helps a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, my understanding is the contractor was recently hired, so yeah, prior to that, there was no communication, but since he's on board now, I wouldn't oppose to a 56-day extension.
Make a motion for a 56-day extension.
Can I have a second? All agree, say aye. Aye. All agree. So,
Thank you.
approved.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 18, Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. It's a hearing to impose fines. Property address 1524 Northwest 15th Street. Case number BE 221-20018. Owner Eddie Ortiz, Christine Lasuya Ortiz. Notice posted at the property on 7/3/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 10/24/23 to comply by 1/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. The city is requesting to impose fines of $3,150, which continues to accrue. There are two extensions noted.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. There have been no progress in the case. There is a building permit application that was submitted, but it needs correction since January and nothing has happened. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning. My name is Leo Kuntz. I am friends with the owners.
Wait a second. Do we have the right paperwork? He's friends with the owners.
I have their rep. I'm also their
Okay,
rep.
then it's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, that's just my relationship.
Not a problem. I just.
Yep. And yeah, this has been an ongoing process for quite some time. I'm simply they're out of state. The owners live in New York, so I'm just trying to coordinate what I can with them here in regards to working with the contractors and whatever else needs to be done. But there was, and I've been here several times already now. There was a lot of problems with the GC in the beginning. Ended up having to basically threaten to report them to the DBPR, and that happened within about the last 2 to 3 months. Since then, the communication has been better with him. From what he's told me, within about the last 2 months, there should have been a plumbing application that was submitted as well. And from what I understand, it's still pending mechanical and electrical, because essentially what happened is the owners purchased the property with an unpermitted addition. They had a tenant that gave them a bunch of problems, reported it. They're still in a lawsuit with the tenant. The owners, they want to get this done, and I'm trying to help them with it, but it's getting responses from the contractors being jerked around, from the subcontractors. It's just, everyone's at the point where we're pulling out our hair. I just really don't know what else to say.
I have a question, Inspector Del Rio. Have you been in touch with either this gentleman as a friend of the owners or the contractor?
There was a lot of contact with the property owners directly for a while, but not lately.
Okay. One person should be communicating with the inspector of the city on a constant basis.
Yes, and for quite some time, that was the owners were doing that on their own behalf. In regards to recently, I can definitely let them know that they need to just continue to at least stay in contact with Inspector Del Rio as good faith, but we've really been at a point with the GC and the subcontractors where, I mean, there's guys that come and look at it and they tell us they want to do it, and I try to get in touch with them. They say they're going to get an estimate back, and we'll get back to you, we'll get blah.
Madam Chair, the city's position would be to impose the fines today based upon the inspector's testimony of lack of progress, since we've been waiting comments since January, and at the end of the day, when they come into compliance, they can apply for lien amnesty.
I have a question. So, how many permits does he need? How many permits has he applied for?
They have a building permit and, if I'm not mistaken, a plumbing permit applied for.
Yes or no? I'm sorry. Yes, he's applied for that permit?
Yes, he does. Yes.
Do we know when he applied for it? I mean, is it recently?
The building permit on September last year.
So it's almost void, it's almost gone.
There have been some corrections submitted, but since January, there hasn't been any movement, except for the plumbing permit application. I don't know the status of that one, but they have been dragging their feet. According to the information I have, is because the lack of response from the contractor, but that's what I know.
There was one other thing too, that the GC, I just spoke with the GC about a week ago, and again, I've never done this process before at all, and I haven't heard back from him yet, but he did say that there was a request from the city for a special engineer. I'm not exactly sure what.
See, what the problem is the contractor should be here.
Yeah.
And the owner.
I'll make a motion.
This is to impose fines, but the fines are already.
Correct. I'm not in favor of extension at this point.
No.
Yeah.
It's been over.
Yes.
I move that we find that the violation was not complied with by the order date. We impose a fine of $3,150 for the days for which the property was out of compliance.
I second that.
It needs to continue and accrue.
Oh, and will continue to accrue until compliance is.
Okay, and then I've heard something about, did they say something about amnesty or something after everything is brought in?
First things first, get the permits applied for and closed out.
Yep, but that just so I can inform the owners, that amnesty is.
After it is in compliance, they can apply for an amnesty.
To basically reduce the fine?
Reduce the fine.
Okay, that's what I needed to know.
Okay, and then I have a second?
Second, yes.
Okay, and all agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody say no? It passes. So
Thank
sorry.
you.
Thank you.
Get her done.
I agree.
Inspector Del Rio, you have the next three
Nobody's
cases.
accountable.
Like a friend is showing up.
Nobody's accountable.
Our next
Communication
case is-
the owners, that we
Yes, he'll do it.
Well, new,
to a friend.
Maybe he lives in the other part of the house.
no, it's not new. Our next case is on page 9, Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, property address 720 Southeast 15th Street. Owner Frank Parator, case number BE 221-00008. Notice posted at the property on 6/27/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 7/25/23 to comply by 10/24/23, one section at $50 per day, order recorded, not comply. There are 4 extensions noted.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. There is a permit application that was submitted. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is my third shot here. I've received 3 60-day extensions. So anyway, the owner retained me to apply for a building permit, which I did. Went through all the reviews. That's been a little over a year. I've been coming to these hearings every 60 days because we have a core violation on the property. So finally, the last review 2 months ago, the city zoning department said I need a variance for a 2-foot setback encroachment. So the building permit's on hold. I applied for the variance July 12th. The hearing is the first week in September. Officer Del Rio is, I've been in good communications with him. He's giving me a 56-day extension. So the bottom line is this: I need 6 months. I need 5 months. 5 months will make it work. So I live in Stewart, 2 hours here, 2 hours back. And here's the bottom line. If I receive the variance September 10th, first week of September, then the building department has to finish the permit review, say 30 days for that. Once the permit's issued, then the contractor has to come in and do some slight modifications, say a month for that, and then I have my final inspection. Building permit's closed, then the violation will go away. I can come back in 2 months, or I would rather come back in, say, November, if the board sees that is sufficient. I've got
we have
good
some questions.
evidence. Excuse me?
Question.
Will he get the variance for this? This is a triplex, not a...
It's not for me to respond that. That's why he's going in front of a board.
And our next meeting is on the 24th.
I think we should do the 56 days.
I think that it's very...
Well, but the best thing to do is to do the 56-day extension, so he comes back and we can find out what progress is going on, instead of waiting 6 months and then have to extend it again or whatever. So I move for a 56-day extension.
I'm sorry?
We have to hear what happens with the meeting on the variance.
Okay, so you want me to come back when?
56 days. September 24th.
56-day extension.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do all agree, say aye?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? So it
I
passes.
can call you.
No. I get
I can
enough phone
email you.
Well,
calls.
it's September 24th, so by then you'll know, and you'll be able to start the permit process and everything
You
else.
can give us an update
Okay,
as to what's
I'm
going
good
on.
with that then.
Once you get the permit process started, the rest becomes easy.
What's the plan if you don't get the variance?
Yeah?
I'm sorry?
What's the plan if you don't get the variance?
Send the owner a big bill and get out of the job. He's going to have to remove the unit that he took a duplex and turned it into 4 little units. He's allowed 3. So if I don't get the variance, then he's got to remove 2 units and revert to a duplex, and that's on him.
Okay,
Which you'll need permits for as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We'll see you in September.
Our next case is on page 12, Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Property address 709 Southwest 4th Court. Owner, DBAC Investments 4 LLC.
What page is that?
12.
Case number BE 2312-0059. Notice posted at the property on 6/27/24, posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning. My name is Sarah Thompson. I'm here on behalf of the property owner. I'm with the law firm Miskell Backman, which is in Boca Raton, 14 Southeast 4th Street. I would like to preface this by saying we would like to be granted additional time to come into compliance. The permit applications have been filed. However, I would like to explain that the delay in filing the permit applications was due to the lack of finances to properly bring the property into compliance. So the property owner was in the process of selling the property, but circumstances have changed and they were able to refinance. So now they do have the finances to properly do this. So they were able to put the permit application in, and now they just need to go through that process.
Sorry, a permit application was submitted but without plans, which is the same as almost not submitting anything.
Okay. So I was not aware of that.
Okay.
And then who's in communications with?
So I am actually filling in right now for one of the partners in my firm, so I am not privy to all the information that's going on with this case.
So the owner's not, nor the contractor's not speaking with this contract?
They have not been in communication with you?
No.
No, okay. I will pass that information along and with my supervisor as well. And I'm sure one of us
That's
will be.
huge.
Okay,
That's
understood.
huge.
This is a fourplex, right?
This is, not sure.
No, interior renovation of all units. How many units are there?
That's what I'm saying. Is this the fourplex that got busted?
I believe it is a fourplex.
Okay, I know you're talking about that.
But again, I can't confirm that 100%.
Make a motion for
VCPA has it as 7 units.
7.
Yes, it's $1 million property, 7 units.
Okay. Move for 56-day extension.
Second.
All agree, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? No. So the big one is who's in communication?
Yes.
And continue it.
Continue it, yes. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Our next case is at the bottom of page 8. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 2460 Bimini Lane, case number BE 23110172. Owner Neil Feliciano. Notice posted at the property on 6/27/24, posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent to speak.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Neil Feliciano. I am the owner of 2460 Bimini Lane. For the 4 violations, one of them has been closed. The permit is closed for the fence violation. Driveway permit, my contractor is doing the final touch-up to request the final inspection this week. There's a permit for the patio that's depending on the seawall. The permits for the seawall are still on the Broward County Environmental Agency for completion. It's been there for the past 40 days. Hopefully, we submitted the last paperwork that they requested yesterday. So we're just waiting for the Broward County Environmental Agency for that.
So you have all these different contractors working at different levels.
Correct.
So you're the one that's in communication?
Yes, yes.
What?
The city, yeah.
I was going to say, you said one of the violations has been completed?
Fence.
The fence.
Fence. So all the others, the new pool deck,
Yeah, that patio. And the seawall is a big one that he has to work with.
Right. The city support 56-day extension.
Make a motion for a 56-day extension.
Second.
I have a second. All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Thank you.
Passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is a new business case on page 2. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 2710 Northeast 49th Street. Owner A49ST LLC. Case number BE 24030016. Notice posted at the property on 7/5/24. Posted at 1 East Route Boulevard, 7/16/24.
Where is this? Northeast 49th.
Someone here?
Is there someone here for 2710 Northeast 49th Street? Was you, sir? Oh, I thought you raised your hand. No. Okay, no, I guess they left, or maybe in the restroom. We'll recall that one. Moving on to page 4. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 139 Southwest 21st Way. Case number BE 23090199. Owner, Jeanette Thin. Notice posted at the property on 7/17/24, posted at 1 East Route Boulevard, 7/16/24.
Good morning. My name is Janet Ten.
Wait.
Remind me to recall this.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: enclosing carport, new windows, and awning. I reviewed the case on 7/25/2024, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 56 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Please.
Good morning. My name is Janet Ten. I'm the property owner. Back a couple of months ago, I hired someone to do that. I thought that the person pulled the required permits and find out by a notice that I received at home that it was not. Then when I tried to reach out to that person disappeared. I never got contact back to that person. I did hire another GC. They pull architectural plans for, and we submitted that. We've been in great contact with Jorge Martinez, the inspector, who's been, thank you for being such a good help. And I also hired someone to represent me here because I didn't know how to go about these permits. And since last week, that person is not responding either. So yesterday, I communicated with Jorge Martinez to find out what exactly was the issue, because everything was supposed to be already in the system, in the portal. I don't have access to the portal. I mean, it's my responsibility probably to get access to that, but because I pay someone to take care of it, he told me to communicate with Ms. Thompson, and she said that she cannot see a couple of documents that need to be corrected. So to my understanding, the plans are there, the permits are there, but it's only something that is to be corrected. The awning was removed. Mr. Martinez is aware of that. So now what I need is probably a couple of more weeks to complete that, whatever is needed to.
56-day extension?
56.
Make a motion for a 56-day extension.
Do I have a
Second. This is a new case.
Sorry. I move that we fine for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by September 24th, 2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
I just get the permit. And let me ask you a question. The first contractor that you hired, did you pay him?
Oh, yes, fully.
Was he licensed?
Well, I find out that he was not licensed when we reviewed the whole thing with Mr. Martinez. I did that after that. I don't know exactly what to do, to tell you the truth. It's even for that old permitting company that I paid $600 just to pull the permits and upload to the city, because my work doesn't allow me a lot of time during the day, so I thought that. Yes.
Get that started.
Thank you.
Did we vote? All in agree, say aye.
Aye.
Passes.
Our next case is on page 18, Senior Inspector Jose Sargusti, property address 11 Southwest 24th Street. Owner, 11 West State Road 84 LLC.
18.
Case number BE 22110056. Notice posted at the property on 6/27/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded. Not complied. The city is requesting to impose fines of $3,100, which continues to accrue. There's one extension noted.
Do you have pictures?
Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is not complied. I will let respondent to speak.
Good morning. My name is Lori Moody. I'm the owner of the property. It's actually 11 West State Road 84. I don't know why it comes up as 24th Avenue. But a truck ran over the curb and hit my building, damaging about 4 cinder blocks and had a hole about that big. Mr. Saragusti, I believe, was on the property when the police came and told me I needed to get a permit and architectural drawings. I hired Prime Construction, and I paid them to do the job. My tenant notified me that there was a notice on my door of noncompliance. I called Mr. Saragusti. He explained that there was not a permit for the work that was done. So I contacted Prime Construction, and I asked him what happened. He said, no, I filed it. Don't worry about it. And I didn't. So then my tenant notified me recently, I guess it was the beginning of this month, that I think it was Mr. Saragusti that taped something on the door, and she took a picture of it and sent it to me. I called the city, and the city said that it was an abandoned permit. So I called, and that I needed to file what's called an after-the-fact permit. So I called Prime Construction, and he said, no, I filed it. And I said, no, it's abandoned. And now we have to file an after-fact permit, which I paid for and followed up, and we now have the permit. It's issued, and that's my case.
Sorry.
Question. So,
Yes.
there was an abandoned permit, means they were issued the permit and they didn't do any work on it?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Abandoned, application purged, must reapply for permit with new plans. So that was taken care of, and I paid for it myself, after I already paid the contractor to take care of it.
Is it now permitted?
Now it's in review since the 15th.
It's in review.
It's in review, the permit. For that one, the city will support 56-day extension to have the permit issue.
Make a motion for a 56-day extension.
No, second.
I'll agree.
So
say
ma'am,
aye.
are you clear on what the ma'am, over here.
No,
This
over
way,
here.
that way. To her.
no,
Sorry.
I have a hard time understanding Mr. Saragusti, I'm sorry.
That's okay, you looked a little confused. I just want to make sure you understand. So the inspector said the current permit application is in the system as pending. It hasn't been issued yet. So that's why we're still here today, and that's why the case is still not in compliance. It's still under review.
Is it? Okay, because I received something, let me,
The permit, I double-checked this morning.
I paid for it.
Right, so once you pay for you pay a fee, you submit an application, it has to go to, for the city to review it, whatever various applicable disciplines need to review it. If there are comments, then the property owner's representative needs to respond to those. At the end of the day, there's that back and forth of the review for compliance with code, then it's issued. You can pay at the beginning or you can pay at the end. But what the inspector is saying, it's still in review, so it's not issued yet, which is why we're still here, because the violation isn't cured, isn't in compliance, because the permit hasn't been issued. It's in process, but it hasn't been issued.
Oh, so it was approved,
But hasn't been approved yet.
Oh, that's funny.
Approved and issued
All right,
is at
hang
the
on.
end, after everyone's reviewed it for compliance with code.
Is that the first one?
Right, so that is just, So this document just says it's been reviewed and accepted. So the permit has just been accepted. We've agreed, it's acknowledging that you've applied for and after the fact permit and that you've paid the fee. That doesn't mean that it's been issued. So it's still in review.
So,
Not a problem.
My misunderstanding, I thought
No,
it was.
please ask questions.
Yeah,
Please.
so we make a motion for a 56-day extension.
Yeah. Were you here back in May, like in our May hearing?
No, sir.
Okay, so one main thing that we like to stress is really communicate with Jose and just tell him what's going on and keep him updated, because you may have not been in communication at that time. I just want to make sure that.
Yes,
stay in
yes, sir.
communication.
I sent
Yeah,
an
we
email to
did.
Mr. Saragusti regarding a death in my family.
Okay.
My identical twin sister.
So sorry.
So, but I was in contact with you.
Yes. Okay, you will have 56 days to have the permit issue, and then the case is complied.
So
Okay.
I have a motion, I have a second, we all agree, it's approved.
Thank you. Just real quick question. Do I need to do anything at this point? Because I'd
to wait
wait
for the
for it to
city.
get issued? Is that it?
Right,
Just have
just-
to wait for the city to finish reviewing it, and they'll send you a notice.
And just be on top of your contractor, because you seem like you dropped the ball the first time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is a new business case on page 3. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 807 Southwest 25th Street. Owner Brian McSwain. Case number BE 2403-0004. Notice posted at the property on 7/17/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city.
Sir, I'm sorry. I noticed you didn't stand up when I swore in, so thank you. Your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to new ceiling and new gable end. I reviewed the case on 7/25/2024, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 56 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Hi, my name's Brian McSwain. I'm the property owner. What happened was my roof was in bad shape. I got a letter in the mail from PACE. You're aware of what PACE is. I guess it's a county or a state program to let people to borrow money to fix their house up. Well, I got in touch with them. Well, after that, I got phone calls from maybe 5 different companies wanting to do the job. I had each one of them come out. 3 of them said that it was too extensive, they didn't want to do it, and 2 of them said that they could do it. One of them didn't want me to use PACE, so I didn't use them. I used the other company, WSR Construction, that went through everything. And I asked them, when they started, I says, now I don't have to do anything. You guys are going to take care of everything, right? And the guy assured me, yes. Well, after they got done putting the roof on, then I get a letter from the city saying that I'm in violation of, I'm confused. I don't know what the gable ends are, and I don't even know that you guys are saying that I didn't get a permit, but I didn't know it was my responsibility because this company told me that they were going to do it all, and I'm just a dumb homeowner. And I went out on a limb to get all this done. I mean, I'm in debt, $80,000. I'm broke. And now I feel like you guys are trying to extort money out of me for something that I had nothing to do with, you know what I mean?
The word extort is the wrong word. Please go ahead.
No?
Okay, so the company that you're using, have you communicated with them?
I have, and they keep telling me they're going to take care of it. And
No, then tell them to be here.
How do I tell them to be, how do I tell them to be here?
Have you paid them?
Yeah, the finance company out in California, or Home Run Financing and Renew Financing, has paid them. So now they keep telling me, like they sent me a text yesterday saying that they're going to have an engineer come out and look at it. But I've been on their ass about this to take care of this matter because I don't even know what to do. What do I got to do? I have to get permits or something?
Has the company
Somebody
been in
does.
contact with the inspector at all? Or
No,
the
no,
city?
and that's another thing I want to know, is if the roof passed inspection,
Well, they should have paperwork for that.
You can't pass until you have a permit.
Okay, so I would say have the company
and they got,
contact the
I
city.
mean, I got the papers here, they got permits for something, but I don't know what I have to do now. You guys are telling me the gable ends and the ceiling.
He said there's no permit pulled.
For the violation, yes.
For the what?
Violation.
Violation.
What violation?
Sir, if you look at the pictures are, if they keep going, the ceiling should be fairly self-explanatory. I don't know if I can help you if you don't know what a ceiling is.
Right, but they did the ceiling, so shouldn't they have gotten the permits for that?
Yes.
Well, then why aren't you guys going after them for
Because
that?
you're the homeowner, and under the law, the homeowner's responsible. And there's
Man,
the
that
gable.
seems real screwy in my opinion,
Well,
you
then
know
go
what I
talk to
mean?
the state
Well, you
Seems
legislature,
like you
because,
guys are all in cahoots together, you know?
No, you
trying to come
hired the
down on me.
contractor, we did.
sir, that's state law. So go talk to your state legislatures if you have a problem with that. It's state law. And if you look at the pictures,
It'll show
keep
you what the
going. It'll
gable's
show
done
you
too.
the gable
That's
ends
a
right
gable.
there.
That's the gable end. So what
Yes.
needs to be done? I just need
You
to
need
get
a
a permit
permit.
for it?
Yes.
That's it?
It's an alteration.
Yes.
But, so how much is the permit?
I don't know.
Well, you have to apply for it, and they'll tell you down at the permit office.
Yeah.
Now, I would suggest you call your contractor and start working this out with him. Tell him-
Man, I've been calling them and they just keep giving me the runaround, like, you know, because they've already gotten their money now, so
You
now,
may need an attorney then.
is there anybody that represents the little guy with no money?
When did you pay the contractor?
I didn't pay them. I guess the PACE program, I'm gonna pay it on my taxes every year, you know, so much
Right.
money on my taxes. So it's a finance company, there's two different finance companies, so they've already gotten their money. So I
But
don't
the
know what to do,
finance-
man. I mean,
no.
I'm ready to shoot myself.
No, the finance.
If I had a gun, I would probably kill myself right
No,
now.
Stop,
It's
stop,
not that serious.
You know,
stop.
I'm really whacked right now, man. This has really done a number on my emotions. You know, I have a lot going on in my life. I got two older parents that I have to take care of, and now I got this coming down on me. And I didn't do anything wrong, man. I thought I went through the right channels to do everything.
Correct,
Now I'm being screwed.
correct. The other thing is.
Correct, I'm
there's-
being screwed.
No,
We're here to
all
help
that's
you.
coming down on you. It's not fair. One thing you need to think about is the finance company, there's going to be a city lien because you don't have the permits. There's going to be these issues on your property that they need, since they paid this gentleman or this company.
Who do I got to talk to, man? I mean,
This is resolvable. You can have this fixed. You start with the contractor, and if you're not getting the right answers by speaking with the inspector, then you probably should call an attorney. And one of them will work with you because it sounds like you have a very winnable situation.
Huge, because you have this company that gave money and said the deal was done, and it's not.
So
You might
it's
also
resolvable. and
talk-
Very, yes.
talk to the finance company and tell them that the work hasn't been done and you're being put in front of us, and maybe they can take the money back from the contractor. Like if they gave them a credit card, you know, it can be taken back. But you need to talk to them and tell them what's going on.
Sir, I would suggest you can also speak to the assistant building official, Joe. He's here on the side. Since you own the property in your own name, and ultimately if the contractor continues to be non-responsive, you can obtain these permits yourself as an owner.
Right, and then
So
you can
you
go
don't have
to
to
the-
delay it.
Then you can go to the state,
And then
report this contractor.
report the contractor.
And then you can go to the city and get some help.
what if I went to go get these permits? What do I ask for?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would suggest, yeah, because the board we can't really give you that specific advice, but if you want to speak to Joe P., he's right down there. He's right there.
Thank
He'll
you,
help
sir.
See, and positive energy. Keep it calm.
And it's resolvable. It's
Yes.
not that serious.
All right,
Yes,
okay.
It's paperwork.
So move for a 56-day extension?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
New
okay.
business.
I'm sorry.
What's your business?
Yes,
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by September 24th, 2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
All agree?
Now, this gets all resolved when it's done.
So if I get the permits, but that doesn't mean it's over.
Correct. Just get the permits applied.
You're going to the first steps, simple steps. The two people that stood up and said they would help you are excellent, excellent. Please listen to them.
Okay, thank you so much.
Permit advisor, he's with the city.
All right, thank you so much.
We'll see you in 56 days.
Our next case is on page 1. Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, property address 3516 Southwest 6th Court. Owner Chris Noy L. Lewis, case number BE 2402-0195. Notice posted at the property on 7/2/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24.
Yes, good morning.
It's on the bottom of the page.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. There is no permit application yet. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Name, relation to the property.
Okay, my name is Shiraz Qasim.
A little louder, speak into the,
Huh?
a little louder, speak into the.
Okay, my name is Shiraz Qasim, and I'm the general contractor, the GC. We are applying for.
You're the contractor for the,
Yes, we are applying for after-the-fact permit.
okay.
That take a little while to do. We had the engineer did all the drawings and everything, and we're in the process of applying to the city next couple of days for our permit. All the drawings is done already. As this is after-the-fact permit, it takes a longer time to do all those things. The engineer has to verify the work is being done, and some of the work is being done is not the code. The owner have to break down some of the stuff. They enclose a garage, a carport into a garage, and some of the walls there, it doesn't meet the code. And they also, one of the violations is to change some windows and doors. So we're in the process of sending in an application in the next couple of days for the windows and doors. And that's where we are right now. But I'm the general contractor taking care of it, and the engineer is always taking care of his part too. And that will be submitted to the city in the next couple of days.
Okay. So,
And we'd like to get an extension next, for I don't know how long.
so you put in the application for the permits already?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow. But all the paperwork is done, the plan is done and everything. We already have everything ready for the next couple of days to submit it. As soon as we submit it and we get a permit application number, we would send it to the code enforcer.
Okay, it's new business, I need somebody to read.
Please keep, excuse me.
Wait.
Please keep in mind that the window permit is not only for window replacement, but the openings were modified. So you will have to include a structural permit for the modification of the openings. Okay?
I think, no, the windows was not structurally modified, it's only the doors. There was a small door there, and they put in a big double French door. That is modified,
Okay.
and we have drawings for that.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect. Go.
I move that we find that the city the violation exists as alleged. Now we order the property owners to come in compliance by September 24th, 2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation we imposed and recorded.
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? You have 56 days, keep working, keep communicating with the inspector.
Okay, but we have any fine to pay at this moment in time?
No.
All right. We just need a little more extension for next few
Going
days.
forward.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Lady.
Our next case is, you did? Our next case is on page 9. Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, property address 2671 East Commercial Boulevard. Owner, Sofico 14 LLC, case number BE 230-10185. Notice posted at the property on 6/28/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 10/24/23 to comply by 1/30/24. 2 sections at $50 per day, order recorded, not comply. There are 3 extensions noted.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, updating case as read. There is a permit applied for. It needs correction since May 29th. I'm gonna let the respondent speak.
Good morning, Fitzmerhu Sangha Architecture, representing the applicant, or the property owner, sorry. We have been working with the city to correct the comments. They were mostly additional information that they required. Also, we were required to get approvals from the county for asbestos, which required us to also get DER approval. So that is currently what is under review. So we're waiting for that. We applied July 8th for the asbestos, and then we got notice that we need DER on July 22nd. We already applied for that, and we're just waiting for those approvals. Once we have those, we can submit our entire application back to the city. We already have our subcontractors for our plumbing and our electrical, and our revised drawings for that, which were some of the things that were required for the permit. So we're working to get those resolved. As soon as we get approvals from the county, we'll be able to resubmit everything back to the city for our second review.
No question. So you said permit was issued on the 24th of May?
An application was submitted.
And the 24th of May, and it hasn't gone through, or?
An application was submitted in April, and since May 29th, it needs corrections. It has comments
Correct.
from the reviewer that hasn't been taken care of.
Correct.
What are those plans?
So the main thing that we're waiting for is to get the county approvals, because one of the comments from I think building it was to get the asbestos approval from the county. So we sent our plans, we did the revisions, then we sent those plans to the county to get the approval. July 8th was when we submitted those plans to the county after we finished the revisions and found all our subcontractors. So we're just waiting for the county to give us the approvals so that we can resubmit everything back to the city.
Those are the corrections you're waiting for?
Yes.
I need a motion.
Move for 56-day extension.
Motion for a 56-day extension.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Approved.
We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Board, at this time, the city's taking a 5-minute recess. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. We're going to resume our Code Enforcement Board hearing. The next case is on page 17, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1632 Northwest 7th Ave, owner Claramine and Francis St. Fleur, case number BE 23010070, notice posted at the property on 7/3/24, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 11/28/23 to comply by 1/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not comply. There are 3 extensions noted.
Turn your microphone on.
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read, I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Hello, sir.
Your name?
My name is Francis St. Fleur. My address is 1632 Northwest 7th Ave. Thing is, there is a long story. I don't want to go by that. Since then, I came, I left for the last meeting. The engineer, doing the plan for me, he been sick. I called him several times. I can't reach him. Last week, he called me. He told me, give him more time. I said, it's not me. I have to come to the meeting. But you guys have to decide what you could do for me. But I don't feel like to come here several times to come to for the same thing. So it's up to you.
Yeah, he came last time with you.
It's up to me because the guy is sick. He told me maybe the month coming, he will finish that to give it to me the plan.
So, it's a metal gate?
I understand that.
The bottom one.
Everything's complied for except for the laundry, correct?
Yes.
So,
The bottom one.
Permit.
Permit?
Yes.
17. Page 17.
You need to pull a permit. They won't do it.
Listen, it's not a big job, but I'm going to look for the guy to finish, but I need the plan. He has that. He let me make a new survey. He's in the hand too. Yeah.
You all right with an extension?
I'm going to let you guys decide.
What does he need to do to,
Apply for the permit.
that's it, you need to apply for the permit?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But the guy had to give me the plan to go to
Stopping
the
you up until now.
yeah, because you got the roof done and you got the
the
windows done.
windows, everything done. Only
No,
that
not
thing.
everything. We're still waiting for the laundry,
Yes.
okay?
What's stopping you from doing that now?
The problem is the guy doing drive the plate for me to the laundry. He's sick since after we left here, but he didn't finish to give me the pen to go to the city to get the permit. That's it.
You need to talk to him because you need to talk to him and tell him that you're going to get fined for it and you're going to have to pay something. So you need to talk to him.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that.
Is his drawings complete?
I haven't seen them.
He hasn't filed for that.
So I'm thinking what to do right now. If I call him, he didn't give it to me. I have to employ another guy to finish that because I want to finish that thing myself.
Well,
Okay,
since
guys.
January, so that's why we're asking these questions. What's stopping now? I know you're mad at him, but
You need to do it.
you need to.
You need to go over to see him, or he needs to walk you through the process, and then
Okay.
you need to go down and submit it.
This gentleman will help you.
Okay, okay.
To a point.
56-day extension.
Second.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
But you have to get it done.
I will.
Yeah, because the patients are waning. Okay, all agree, say aye. Aye. Anybody disapprove? I do, I disapprove. It passes.
I could tell that.
Our next case is on page 15. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 2654 Gulfstream Lane, owner Amelis and Jesse Lugo, case number BE 23090259. Notice posted at the property on 6/27/24, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The driveway is complied, and we're missing the fence permit.
You're missing the what?
Fence permit.
What about the front patio cover of concrete?
That's compliant.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's just a fence.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Jesse Lugo. I'm the owner for 2654 Gulfstream Lane. So we had two open permits. The driveway was a little bit more complicated for us. So once we got it finalized a couple, like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I didn't know that permits like actually get purged. It's because we had a permit for the fence, and then I went to like try to get it finalized, and they had purged it already. So I have to do a whole renew, I guess, of a permit, and that's going to be what I'm waiting for. But I went last week, and
how long a timeline do they have before they purge them?
I think it's 90 days.
So it's 90 days. You have to, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like a year. I wasn't aware that it was 90 days, and so
I had to ask.
I wanted to do like the driveway was way more complicated because of the contractor, and it was like a lot more deal that we had to. So I was focused on that, and then I thought the fence was easier, and but now I have to like renew it all over again.
That makes sense. Do I have a motion?
Move for 56-day extension. Second.
I have a second. All
Thank
agree,
you.
say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No.
Thank you.
Do it again.
Be in contact.
Thank you.
You guys got it? Okay. Our next case is also on page 15. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 208 Southwest 21st Way. Owner Taylor Gonzalez. Case number BE 23090153. Notice posted at the property on 6/26/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24. Is there someone here for 208 Southwest 21st Way? This case was first heard on 3/26/24 to comply by 5/28/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There is one extension noted. The city is requesting to vacate the order from 3/26/24.
Hello again.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read, the city is requesting to vacate the order.
Go ahead.
Good morning, I'm okay with that.
No, name.
Eric Martinez, Ruba Construction.
Relationship.
Thank you, good morning, board, and I disagree with the gentleman earlier. You guys are not after the property owners, you just,
Thank you.
you guys are trying to do. No, not at all. You guys are doing an excellent job, and I go to many hearings in many cities, so you guys are up there as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, so what did you have to do to vacate the order? So what did you have to do? No.
What was the order to begin with?
What's being vacated? What is the order?
Yeah, I don't think we've done one before, have we?
I've never seen this before.
I move we vacate the order?
So I have no idea why they're vacating the order, but the order that they're requesting to vacate is the order that found the violation existed.
I have more information on that, if you'd like
Okay,
it.
please.
I had a meeting this morning with Joe Pascarello,
Right.
and he is asking to vacate or I'm under the assumption that he's asking to vacate the order because he found more violations on the property.
Okay.
So they're gonna open a new one.
Okay. So what
What do we have to do in this?
Yeah,
I
so
move we vacate the order of March 26th. Is that correct? What, Rhonda?
We're vacating right, as stated on the agenda, we're vacating the order of March 26th, and I guess they're going to move forward. So that would nullify the finding of the violation, and then I guess staff is going to issue a new violation that encompasses other things.
And as a board, we have to. What do we have to do? As a board?
You have to,
To confirm.
someone has to put
someone
forward a
has to do
motion
the
to
motion,
vacate.
guys. Someone has to, I know, say it again.
I move that we vacate the order
Yes.
of March 26th.
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
And it goes forward. So, nobody opposed.
Thank you.
We'll see you again.
Our next case is on page 13. Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Property address 804 Southwest 2nd Court, 1-3. Owner 1190507 Tifomelo LLC. Case number CE 221-00090. Notice posted at the property on 6/26/24. posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/23/23 to comply by 7/25/23. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There are 5 extensions noted.
Building Inspector Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. This property, they already obtained the permits to bring the property back into the original condition. I'm gonna let the respondent speak.
Good morning, everyone. Eric Martinez, Aruba Construction. We did obtain the permits, and just a brief reminder, this is a property that was originally a triplex converted into a 7-plex. It cannot remain as a 7-plex. It can only be a triplex. Work has already started. There's significant construction that needs to be completed here, removal of kitchens, removal of bathrooms, rearrangement and configuration of the interior. We have started the eviction process on 2 tenants. The rest of the units are either scheduled to move or have been vacated already. This building is going to go a significant makeover. Anyhow, I will like to ask the board if I can get 6 months to complete this work.
Because he has to vacate before he can do any work, guys.
Okay, move for
I need a motion.
I move for 182-day extension for January 28th, 2025.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
See you in January.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
Don't forget Turkey Day.
Our next case is on page 7, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 1432 Northeast 2nd Ave. Owner, Ronaldo W. Nova and Jeffrey R. Austin. Case number BE 23050058. Notice posted at the property on 7/2/24. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 10/24/23 to comply by 11/28/23. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. City is requesting to amend the 7/23/24 comply by date from 7/23/24 to 7/30/2024. There are 3 extensions noted.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent to speak.
Hi, good morning. My name is Janet Larrondo. I'm a permit runner. Speaking on behalf of the owners of the property. And last time when they had a hearing, he came to the hearing. By this time, we had been submit the permit. We just had the processing number because it was rejected as the survey wasn't digitally signed. We just have to wait almost 2 months for the surveyor's company to provide a survey with a digital sign. They went to the property, they did the topographic survey. We resubmit everything, it was accepted. They gave you a permit number. Right now it's under review. The contractor has replied all the comments that the city have regarding the plans that we submit, and we are in the process to wait until it gets issued or approved. Or if they have more comments, we will have to.
Okay, the city will support 56-day extension.
Okay.
Motion
Thank you so much.
Motion for 56-day extension.
Second. And I have a second. All agree, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? No. You have 56 more days.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Inspector. We keep in touch.
Our next case is also on page 7. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 1312 Northwest 15th Terrace. Owner U&S Investment Group 1, Inc., case number BE 23030202. Notice posted at the property on 7/10/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 7/25/23 to comply by 11/28/23. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There are 2 extensions noted.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is not complied. The city, I will let the respondent to speak.
Ulrich Jin, I'm the owner of UNS Investment Group 1 Inc. As you're aware, I purchased a property with a violation on it. I came in before to clear the problem, so I was given 60 days extension. I went back, I hired an architect and also engineer to draw the plan to get it ready. They take forever to get it ready. They gave it to me last week. I turned it over to my contractor, and he says, since we have here and today, so let's wait until when he will submit it. So the plan, everything's set. I'm just requesting an extension so I can submit the plan probably tomorrow or this week. Before the end of the week, I can submit it for review so I can get things fixed.
Have you looked at it all? Do we have any issues with variances or anything else? Because I see an addition.
No, I don't see that one. For that one, we will support the 56-day extension for this case also.
I'm curious, this has been 7 months now, and you just now?
No, so I took over the property, I think, on April, and I was there, if I remember correctly, in May, when I was given 60 days, and that's what I've been working on. So the problem is almost solved.
What's the addition? It says addition.
Windows.
No.
It's an addition and new windows, correct?
Yeah, I think based on what I heard before, it was a window and some patio they closed. They're working on illegal, it's not even done yet.
There's no setback issues that you see?
I don't see that one, no.
I'll move for a 56-day extension.
Second.
All agree, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? No, you have 56 days.
Appreciate that, thank
No,
you.
thank you. Keep going, keep talking to the inspector.
Oh, sure.
Board, who made the motion and who seconded? Second. Okay, made it second, okay, thank you. Our next case is on page 10. Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, property address 1470 Northwest 21st Street, 1-2. Owner, Bernadette Wasom. Case number BE 23050089. Notice posted at the property on 7/9/24. Posted at 1 East Rock Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not comply. There are 2 extensions noted.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. There was an application submitted on July 16. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Please.
Hi, my name is Bernadette Wasom. I'm the owner of 1470 Northwest 21st Street.
You made this into a rehab, a assisted living, what?
Yes, independent living.
Independent living.
Yes, yes. So it's a duplex.
They opened up for independent living.
Yes, we just opened, a small part of the wall so that it's easily accessible to the residents.
Right.
And we applied for a permit, but the contractor that I used to apply several months ago, the Lauderbilt told us that her license was not active. So I had to find a new contractor, and he applied for a permit. And so it was just accepted. They accepted the permit application that we made.
Correct, but it hasn't been approved. Okay.
It hasn't been approved yet, but we paid the initial cost
Okay.
for review. So we're just waiting on them now.
Correct.
Is that what you see?
Yeah, well, as you can see, this case has been open since May last year. They did apply for a permit initially on March this year. That's the one that seems like they have issues with the contractor. The permit application was abandoned, and now they apply for a second, they submitted a second application, and it's under review.
Yeah, for us, it just shows. the
It's been a
first-
long time.
At first, it shows this year.
Shows that it was first heard on January 30th of this year.
Yes, I'm talking about a permit application.
Oh, so it started.
That we don't see. Is somebody living in there?
I'm sorry?
Is somebody occupying that space?
Yes,
now?
it's, they offer the service of independent living for a bunch of people there.
Is it
Yes.
safe with this?
Is it safe, did you say?
Uh,
Yeah, because
Well,
we
the
have-
work done hasn't been inspected, so going by that, I would have to say that it could be unsafe. They removed a part of the work done was removing a kitchen and creating a bedroom where the kitchen was.
Could have been a bearing wall, we don't know.
I don't know, yeah.
It's
Why are you taking so long?
because I'm waiting on the permit department.
It's a year. No, that's.
No,
all just an applying for.
yeah, it's.
No, I've really been applying and applying. First of all, I had to get someone to do the drawings, an architect to do the drawings, and then submit it. I had to wait a while for them to do the drawings. And then when they finally did the drawings, and I submitted with the first contractor, and then her license expired or something. And so we had to get another contractor, which I've done now, and he's submitted everything with the survey, with all the drawings and everything we put together. And they finally accepted it and say, okay, we'll, we have it under review. So right now, I'm waiting. It's been about a month since they said.
I'm concerned that somebody's living in the space and it may not be safe.
Sorry?
I'm inclined to say not to support this extension due to the fact that we're changing the use to an assembly type occupancy, and we don't know what conditions.
There may be variances involved.
Well, also,
No, that's right, it's going
That's a
out.
possibility. But
Yeah,
if
also
you're
fire
back,
code.
somebody converts a duplex into this type of use, it shouldn't warrant any support prior to getting a permit. We certainly could revisit the fines once you come to
Right.
compliance.
Right.
But we certainly can't
Yeah, bring
Right.
it back up.
supporting these types of changes of use.
I move. Do we
The-
move to set for Massey or we just?
we
let
just,
it
we
sit?
To bring it back as a massy.
bring it back.
The inspector saw it after
Joe
it was
Pasquarello,
done.
Assistant
The
Building Official
inspector
for the
saw it.
record.
He didn't see any, Inspector Del Rio, did you see anything dangerous
But he's
about
powerless
it?
without a permit.
I'm sorry?
He's powerless without a permit.
And he's not a fire chief, and he's not a structural guy.
No,
The concern is safety.
he can just say it looks good.
There's, the contractor's been there. We had two contractor has been there, and there's nothing unsafe about it.
As a contractor.
That's exactly why we need a permit, to determine that.
Set this aside for Massey, which means if
You
you
still
need
have
to get this
time.
going, just continue and get the permit.
As
Once
fast
get
as
the
you can.
permit, We visit it again,
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So,
yeah, it is. It's already
Set
set.
for Massey.
Thank you.
So you still have some time, but don't stop. Keep pushing.
oh, yes, yes, yes. I mean, is there any way to speak to the permit company, to the permit department, so that they can expedite things? Because it seems as if there's such a long wait when you apply for it.
Ma'am, your permit was submitted 2 weeks ago. So don't say it
No,
takes
no,
the
no.
city such a long time. The inspector testified that it was just resubmitted 2 weeks ago. Not a month, 2 weeks ago.
No, ma'am.
Turnaround time is 30 days.
Yeah.
So whenever
It was submitted, ma'am. It
It
was
is-
accepted 2 weeks ago.
No,
But it's
not
been submitted many
accepted
months
for review.
before.
It would not be accepted only because you submitted it incomplete. Not because the city's backed up or anything like that. Our turnaround time is 30 days. Feel free to contact me if that 30 days is exceeded, but our turnaround time is 30 days from the minute it's accepted. Now, it's out of our control if the application is incomplete.
But, sir, we don't know what, exactly how much stuff to submit. Because we would submit it to you, and then
30
you say-
days, in 30 days, we'll review it, we'll let you know what's missing, and then you have the opportunity to respond, provide the information. That would hold a lot more water than stating that it's the city that's not reviewing it. We're clearly reviewing it. If it sits on the shelf waiting for you to come back 6 months later, it didn't mean that it took 7 months to obtain a permit. It means that we reviewed it in 30 days, and it sat on the shelf for 6 months waiting for your responses. Joe Pasquarello, the Assistant Building Official.
So in other words, you had a lapse between the two contractors, too?
Yes, I did.
But we're giving you some time, but please, tell the new contractor we need it done.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And please feel free to contact me. My email, have it documented that, you know, you're curious to know where the delay is, and I'll be glad to provide you all the information you need.
Thank you, sir. I will do that.
This one is a mess.
You're done. Thank you.
Oh, how long did you give me for the?
Well, the next meeting is September 24th.
Okay,
So
thank you so much.
Yeah, so get it way done before, not complete, but in the process.
Thank you so much. Thank
Your
you.
paperwork done.
It's coming back as a Massey, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This concludes all of our respondents. I'm not sure these two gentlemen can, what it is that you're waiting for. I'm sorry? Oh, you don't have the correct paperwork? Oh, okay. Yeah, you have to bring one each time.
The one where they opened up.
And
the
you, sir,
duplex.
you just listening?
My-
Okay, all right. Okay, going back to page 1. Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Property address 2610 East Marina Bay Drive. Owner Falls at Marina Bay LP. Case number BE 2402-0193. Notice posted at the property on 7/2/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard 7/16/24.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for the following violations. Florida Building Code 2023-105.1. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: sliding glass door replacement in Unit 506. This case was opened on February 28, 2024. Inspection report was mailed to the property owner on, sorry, we didn't send an inspection report. We went straight to a final notice that was mailed to the property owner on April 30, 2024. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on July 2nd, 2024. We are asking the board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 56 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I have a statement. This is a huge corporation. Isn't this a rental complex?
That's a big building. It's
Yeah.
basically a commercial property,
Yeah,
yes.
it's a commercial property,
Yes.
but one person owns the whole, or one corporation owns the whole building. So I don't think $50, it should be higher.
No, it'll be 100.
Okay,
Well, we don't make a distinction on who the owner is. A violation is a violation independently of who is the owner.
What floor is it on?
I have a motion.
What floor is it on?
It's in the fifth floor.
Fifth floor, okay.
I move that we find that the violations, excuse me.
New
The violence
business.
exists as alleged that we order the property owners to come into compliance by September 24th. A fine of $100 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
Second. Do I have a second? All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No.
I have a question for the board. How do we define the level of fine? Because the inspector...
Security,
Okay, the inspector said it's regardless of...
right, that was,
The
but
owner.
it's also, you know, what floor is it on for security, for fire, for safety, for health issues?
What's the maximum that the board has suggested?
There is no limit.
There is no limit.
Historically, what has it been?
The minimum is 50.
I know, but
Yeah,
what's
the
the
state
maximum?
defines minimum of 50.
What's the maximum so far that the
I want to say 200, maybe 250.
The maximum fine under the statute is $1,000 a day.
Okay.
It's what?
Just curious, just learning.
1,000.
That gives me perspective.
Yeah, we rarely see anything like that,
Okay.
where we impose anything like that.
But we were taught, the person that was sitting here 3 times ago was a fire, she retired fire, and he taught us about safety, plugging up holes with AC units, things like that.
6 years ago.
Got it, thank you.
Our next case is on page 2, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 5820 Northeast 22nd Way, 601. Owner Valerie Angel, case number BE 24010095. Notice posted at the property on 7/5/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city presenting the case as read, I received the case from email regarding construction work without permit, 2 bathroom and kitchen renovation, including high hats. The property was sited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1. The case was opened in January 19, 2024. Inspection report was mailed on February 2nd, 2024. Final notice was made on April 24, 2024. Notice of hearing was made on July 5th, 2024. I've been in contact with the property owner and explained them the violation. There are permits in review since 7/26/2024. We are asking the board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 56 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Go ahead.
I move that we find for the city and the violation that exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by September 24th, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Second. All agree, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? No. Passes.
Our next case is on page 3, and Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 2554 Will Harbor Lane.
Tasha, sorry, there is another
Oh,
case.
yes, I forgot.
Page 2.
Yes. On page 2, property address 2710 Northeast 49th Street, case number BE 24030016. Owner A49ST LLC, notice posted at the property 7/5/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard 7/16/24. There was someone signed in earlier, but I guess they left. So I don't know.
Yeah. Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city presenting the case as read, I received the case from email regarding construction work without permit, carport conversion into garage area. The property was sited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1. The case was opened on March 24, 2024. Inspection report was mailed on March 24, 2024. Final notice was mailed on May 5, 2024. Notice of hearing was made on July 5, 2024. I've been in contact with the contractor, and there are permits submitted, and they are awaiting client reply since 7/25/2024. We are asking the board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 56 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Make a motion for a 56-day extension.
New business.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by September 24th, 2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
I have a second. All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No. Passes.
Thank you.
Who seconded?
Moving on to page 3 at the bottom, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 2554 Will Harbor Lane. Owner Peter Michael Waldrop, Case number BE 24030139, notice posted at the property on 7/17/24, posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard, 7/16/24. It's a new business case.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: new fence, that part is complied, and AC on the north side. I reviewed the case on 7/25/2024, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 56 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, that we order the property owners to come into compliance by September 24th, 2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Can I just give that?
No, go ahead.
That front wall there, looks like it's sitting right on the property line. Is there any setback involved?
They already applied for the permits, they're waiting, so.
So we don't know about that?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
We're only doing one step at a time.
Thank you.
I have a motion, I have a second. All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No.
Moving on to the old business, page 7. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Jose, you might as well bring the rest of yours up.
I don't know
Just
what
bring
page.
all your
Seven.
cases up, at least your old business. Property address 2325 Northwest 15th Court, case number BE 23030256. Owner, Dario Umberto Castillo, Fabiano Guzman. Notice posted at the property on 7/10/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24. 2325 Northwest 15th Street. 15th Court. This case was first heard on 11/28/23 to comply by 1/30/24, one section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property 7/10/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 7/16/24. There are 3 extensions noted.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is not complied. The city is requesting the case return as a MASI.
Have they contacted you at all?
Yes, honestly, he's in the hospital today, but I think he will have the permit issue before the next hearing in 56 days.
So it's been applied for?
Yes, he
So it's
already
just the wood
applied.
fence? So it's just the wood fence?
It's a good fence only.
Okay. Yeah, he
He
said,
contacted me this morning. Maybe we can give him an extension because
he's in the hospital.
in this hospital. Yeah.
I'll move for a 56-day extension.
Yes,
But it's been
yes.
going on since January?
It's just a fence. I need a second.
Yes, it's an old case, but
It's
Yeah.
a fence. Okay, I have a motion, I have a second. All agree, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Yes. I have one opposed. It passes. Opposed. You're allowed.
Page 8, property,
Page 8.
property address 2185 Imperial Point Drive. Owner, Altus IG Real Estate LLC. Case number BE 23120107. Notice posted at the property on 6/28/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is not complied. There are permit awaiting permit issuance since July 23, 2024. The city support 56-day extension.
Do I have a motion?
Move 56-day extension.
I have a second. Terry seconded. All agree, say aye. Aye. Nobody opposed, it passes.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 10, Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Property address 200 South Birch Road, number 906. Owner, Lutfi N. Aiden. Case number BE 2308-0198, notice posted at the property on 6/28/24, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. Property owner applied for a permit already on July 25th. City will support a 56-day extension.
I move 56-day extension.
Second.
Second.
I have a second by Terry. All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No. Passes.
At the bottom of page 10, property address 1624 Northwest 17th Lane, case number BE 2306-0135, owner Dole Capital Group LLC, notice posted at the property on 7/10/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24, two sections at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. City requests to amend the 7/23/24 comply by date from 7/23/24 to 7/30/24. One extension is noted.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. There have been no progress on this case. I leave it to the board what you want to do with it.
How long has it been going on?
The case is from June last year.
Oh, okay.
Massey,
Fourplex from us, they got a lot of things to have.
move for Massey?
Need a CO for that.
We agree. It's going to be a massive.
Massey.
Moving on to page 11, property address 1440 Southwest 30th Street, owner TAH 2017-2 Borrower LLC, case number BE 23080390. Notice posted at the property on 6/27/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. Two sections at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. There is a permit application. It needs correction since June. I leave it to the board.
It needs, so they applied for the permit. It needs-
There is comments since June 18, and they haven't addressed the comments.
And
They're not in touch with you?
No, they haven't contacted me.
and they only have 90 days. Oh, it's not, it hasn't
It's
been-
60 days.
Oh, 60 days. So it's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah, even though we are not that precise to purge, we take a little time, could be longer.
Just give an extension.
I move for a 56-day extension.
Do I have a
Just-
second?
Can I just point out to the board, this is a storage room that was converted into a living area, so I would think there would be a safety concern on how a storage area was converted into a bedroom and bathroom, and whether anyone was living there. And no one's here for the property owner.
It says living area. Is it a bedroom and bathroom?
Surgery was converted into a bedroom.
Not necessarily, could be a,
It's a living room.
yeah.
It says storage area was converted into bedroom and bathroom. Florida room was converted into bedroom.
Oh, above that, sorry, my mistake. I was reading the bottom.
Do you think we should send it to Massey?
I would, it's my choice.
Up to the board.
Bill? Bill?
Flip a coin.
If you said for Massey, you don't have to say anything, it automatically goes to Massey.
Oh.
It's going to be a Massey.
Because of the living area, I agree.
Yeah,
Moving
I
on
was
to
reading
page-
the bottom. I didn't read the top.
Page 12, property address 840 Northeast 17th Terrace, owner SN Reeves Properties LLC, case number BE 2312-0071. Notice posted at the property on 7/2/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. Two sections at $100 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. No progress on this case, no permits have been applied for, and they haven't After the first contact, they never get back to me.
And when did this start?
This is from December last year.
Yeah, start, you guys.
Yeah, Massey.
It's going to a Massey.
Bottom of page 12, property address 2308 Southeast 18th Street, owner Russ's Property LLC, case number BE 24020112. Notice posted at the property on 6/27/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Building Inspector Alejandro Rio for the city, updating case as read. Permit application was submitted recently. City will support 56 days.
Move for a 56-day extension.
Do I have a second? All agree, it passes?
Moving on to
Little
page,
faster.
moving on to page 14, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1820 Northwest 3rd Court, case number BE 23070183. Owner Lavoria Swanson, homestead exempted, Albert Lee Jones. Notice posted at the property on 7/3/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 11/28/23 to comply by 1/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There are 3 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. Permit is ready for pickup. City is requesting for a 56-day extension.
When was the permit, when was the permit issued?
No, it's not.
I thought I heard you say.
Well, it's not issued. When they pick up the permit, it's issued. So it's ready.
How long has it been ready?
I don't have the date right here.
Yeah, when you said ready for pickup, we thought it was automatic.
I'll move for a 56-day extension.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
It passes?
56.
Page 14 at the bottom.
Yes.
Property address 891 West Commercial Boulevard, owner Mercina Holding LLC, case number BE 23080362. Notice posted at the property on 7/9/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There are 2 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. I spoke with the owner yesterday. He's sick with COVID, and he already applied for the permit. The city is requesting for a 56-day extension.
56-day extension. Second.
All agree, say aye. Aye. It passes?
Page 15, property address 651 Northeast 19th Ave, owner Vincent F. and Teresa Pyle Jr., case number BE 23110081. Notice posted at the property on 7/2/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. They already applied for the permits. The city is requesting for a 56-day extension.
Move for a 56-day extension.
Do I have a second? All agree, say aye. Aye. Passes?
Moving on to page 16, property address 13, you didn't get it? First and second, please.
Who
Put it in.
Who gave me the second?
Page 16, property address 1301 Northwest 7th Terrace, owner Robin D. Cooper, case number BE 23120073. Notice posted at the property on 7/3/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/24 to comply by 7/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. City is requesting for case to come back as a Massey.
When did it start?
I think this is the second time,
Oh,
the second hearing.
Say it again?
but I have no communication with the owners.
This would be the second extension. It's a metal gate.
Yeah, come back. Okay, it's coming back as a Massey.
Okay. Property address 181 Southwest 37 Terrace, case number BE 2312-0079, owner Arnaldo C. and Tammy Ann C. Estime. Notice posted at the property on 6/27/24, posted at 1 East Rock Boulevard, 7/16/24. This case was first heard on 5/28/2024 to comply by 7/30/2024. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. City is requesting for case to come back as a Massey.
Property address
181 Southwest 37 Terrace.
It's coming back as a Massey.
Okay. Property address 37 Castle Harbor Isle, owner Judd Wade, case number BE 2312-0111. Notice posted at the property on 7/5/24, posted at 1 East Rock Boulevard, 7/16/2024. This case was first heard on 5/28/2024 to comply by 7/30/2024. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. Permits have been submitted. City is requesting for a 56-day extension.
56-day extension.
I have a second. All agree, say aye.
Rhonda, since
Passes.
the last meeting was canceled, I can't see this on. How were they notified that there would be the next one in this date?
It wasn't canceled, it was rescheduled.
Okay, rescheduled. How were they notified?
Well, we had to send out those notices for July, yeah. So the notice that they got was saying.
Sent out by mail?
Yeah.
Okay. We seem to have a lot of them this month, that's why I wondered.
Page 17, property address 2831 East Oakland Park Boulevard, 8, case number CE 2309-0713, owner Fat Depot LLC. Notice posted at the property on 6/28/24, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 7/16/2024. This case was first heard on 5/28/2024 to comply by 7/30/2024. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. Permits have been submitted. City is requesting for a 56-day extension.
Move for 56-day extension.
Do I have a second? Yes. All agree, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? No. Passes.
Property address 962 Northwest 53rd Street, case number BE 2212-0016. Owner, ACS 960 LLC. Notice posted at the property on 7/9/2024, posted at 1 East Rock Boulevard, 7/16/2024. This case was first heard on 10/24/2023 to comply by 11/28/2023. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 4 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. The city will request a 56-day extension. They had to resubmit the permits because of the change of use.
Oh, okay.
You've been in contact with them?
Yes. He's, the gentleman sitting there is the representative.
Oh, sorry.
I'll move for a 56-day extension.
Second.
All agree, say aye. Aye. Passes.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. He didn't have the right paperwork.
So he can't say thank you.
Yes, he can.
Who made that last motion, please? I did. Thank you. Our next. Yeah, so. I'm sorry, who seconded? Okay, thank you. At this time, we would like to have all the cases that are listed on page 19 into the record as closed or withdrawn. We have the minutes. And we would like to have the minutes approved from the May 28, 2024 hearing. Thank you. Is there any business for the city? Okay. This concludes our July 30th, 2024 Code Enforcement Board hearing. Thank you.